I'm joined from Bath by infectious diseases expert Dr. Bharat Pankhania. Good morning to you. There's some confusion this morning between what the NHS England say and what the drugs companies say about shortages. Who should we believe here?
A bit of both, I suppose. The shortages, as far as I understand it, is that the supplies from India, the Serum Institute of India, have had a little bit of a production glitch, and therefore the supplies coming in from the Serum Institute India, the AstraZeneca Oxford vaccine, there will be a shortfall, and that's the issue.
So a little glitch. Is that worrying for... I mean, I'm thinking about people like me, so I'm saying this selfishly. I'm 47 next month, and it sounds like people in my age bracket are the people who are going to have to wait for a month.
I think the biggest worry is, and I have been saying this for a very long time, is that the World Trade Organization, the WHO and world governments and the pharmaceutical companies need to knock heads together and think long term. If they enabled and allowed plants to be set up and created, I appreciate they may take 6, 8, 9, 10 months to be set up, but at least we have resilience globally so that when one plant like the Serum Institute in India has had a problem, or the plant that had a problem in Belgium a few months ago, if we have several plants around the world, we have resilience, and that is what we should be aiming for as a global community.
Dr. Pankhania, I mean, that all makes perfect sense. Banging heads together, everybody working together, but clearly that isn't happening. I mean, the noises we're hearing from the EU display that, don't they? People are, or countries are grabbing at what they can for their people.
It's very unfortunate, because if you were to think scientifically, then no one is well until everyone is well. There is an ancient Sanskrit saying which is Vasudevai Kutumbam, which means the whole world is one family. And we really need to act as the whole world is one family. Because if you race ahead and immunize a lot of people in Europe, but fail to immunize people in Africa, then variants can emerge. And if these variants emerge and knock out the vaccine's effectiveness, you are back to square one. Therefore, it is in our self-interest to actually say, we will get immunized, we will make sure planet Earth also gets immunized as fast as possible.
Wise words. So what are we talking about here? Do we think there will be a month delay? Is that sort of the general consensus here?
My understanding is, yes, that there has been, shall we say, a production glitch in the Serum Institute India, and that I expect that that will be corrected in a month's time, and again we'll be back to square one as with supplies. So what should really happen in the UK is that younger people who are at less risk ought not to get their vaccine just yet, whereas the older people who've already started their vaccine program should complete their second course, and that should be the way forward.
Yeah, is there a concern that we shifted the gap between the first and second dose to 3 months, that might get longer and then the effectiveness of the vaccine will reduce? Is that the concern here, rather than people like me who haven't had a first jab yet?
They're both concerns. So my concerns are that we don't keep on extending that 3 months to 5 months, for example. So we really must adhere to give the second doses rather than introduce new vaccines to younger people like yourself. Having said that, I'm also concerned for younger people like yourselves, because we will now be opening up the economy, we'll be opening up restaurants, cafes, etc. And therefore, we need to tell the people who have not been immunized to be careful not to get infected, not to drop their infection control guards.
I'm just chuffed you referred to me as a younger person. That's great. Thank you very much. You can come back. Just very quickly, are we guilty in this country of being complacent? Because the general view is that it's been a success, the rollout of the vaccine.
Yes, the vaccines, as delivered by NHS colleagues, is a tried and trusted method of delivering it, and it is a great success and lessons to be learned, which is if you allow the people who know how to do the job, they do a great job. So if you compare the vaccines delivery compared to test and trace, we know that the vaccines delivery has been great care of the existing NHS people.
Dr. Bharat Pankhania, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
Well,